Welcome to part 2 of the series. Last week we planted 4 plants. It's been 5 days. 2 of them have come up and the second leaves, or the jagged leaves, are showing. So today the plan is to get these into a bigger pot. I told you last week that we'll be using a tent. Let's take a look at closer look at the tent. So this tent is 3 feet by 3 feet. Easy to set up, easy to take down, easy to store when I'm not using it. They're about $130. I saw them on Amazon. And the light is a 250 watt bulb, metal halide bulb. And the light unit, they're about $90, maybe close to $100. I see them on Amazon also. So we're going to have the plants in here for about 3 weeks to a month. And that will really get them established before they head outside. This tent, I think it's over 10 years old. So I just put it up, take it back down each spring. If you wanted to grow indoors, you could successfully grow 1 plant inside this tent. What happens is with cannabis, it's all about the lighting, the time of light, the length of day. So to grow from a seedling to mature plant you need 14, 15 hours a day of light. And then when you want it to start flowering, you simply turn the light back down to less than 12 hours. And that will trigger the plant to go into the flowering stage. The trouble with these tents, sometimes you don't know how big your plant's going to be. So sometimes it gets a bit too tall. You have to start pruning it a bit, snipping the tops off, because it can easily get the size of this entire tent. But if you want to do, a single plant, you could even do it in a 5-gallon bucket and grow it in here. But today we're going to transplant our seedlings that we got started last week, and then we'll get this light fired up and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's get started. You can already see we have the 2 plants, and one is noticeably taller than the other. So I can guarantee this tall one is a sativa. Right from birth, the thing is already it's going to be tall. And the other one's very small, delicate. It's most likely indica. So what we're going to do, we have 2 medium-sized pots full of the same soil, very nice loose soil, not clay. These will be put in this tent. From there, they're probably going to grow maybe a foot tall, and then they'll be perfect when it comes time to replant them into the garden. If you don't want to go this way with a tent, you don't have the space or you don't want to get that involved, what you can do is plant your seeds a little bit later, maybe May 1st. Get them to this size, and once those second set of leaves come out, the jagged ones, if it were me, this would be in the ground already, outdoors. Don't put it in your windowsill where it's something like this one is just going to get, tall and spindly. And when I don't set up my tent, I grow my seeds. They germinate in maybe 4 days, another day for the second set of leaves to come out. I'll take this entire little pot straight into the garden. So don't be afraid if you don't have this type of equipment. I do it this way simply because I have it, and I like my plants to be established before I plant a little bit before the first week of May, maybe the second week of May, well before the 24th of May. So anyway, let's get this into the earth. So in the first series, I told you I like to use these cardboard cups. So these are biodegradable. what I'll do now, I don't like to fiddle with the, the small root system it has. So I'll just take a knife and I'll just cut the bottom open. And that way, the roots can easily get down into the soil. So I'll just tear it open a little bit. Dig a hole in my new pot of soil, and this whole cup goes down inside. Like that. The next one, take my knife, cut the bottom open. The less handling you have to do of the roots, like you don't want to start dumping this little pot out and disturbing the little roots that it has. I'll open this up, dig my hole, in it goes. Okay, so these two now are ready for the tent. Instead of using the spray bottle now, because these little plants have, now they start to need some water, I'll move up to a smaller pot. Still, with a small funnel like this, I can get in there, and fine tune how much water I put in the plant. I don't want it swimming. Just pour a little bit in there to get it going. And that's that. So the tent's ready. Let's get them inside the tent. Okay, so we have the light on in the tent. Remember, you want to leave it on. I have mine set on a timer for 15 hours per day. Because if you do anything less than 12, you're going to trigger that plant to go into flowering stage. And you don't want that whatsoever. So, let's get the tent open. Here are two pots. And that's that. 15 hours a day. Just remember, water them every couple days, and just monitor that everything's going well. One thing to remember, don't be too alarmed if your plants germinate at different times. So we planted 4 seeds the same day. Doesn't mean that they all germinate the same. The first 2 came up really after 3 days, and then I got my second set of leaves on the 5th day. So the other 2 have not come up yet. When they do, I'll follow the same process. I'll cut the bottom of the pots, I'll put them in bigger pots, and the 4 of them can go inside the tent. And a 3-foot by 3-foot tent holds, I could put 6 seedlings in, but fills up fairly quickly when the plants start growing in the next couple of weeks. So I'll put 4 in, that's comfortable, and then once they're established, we're going to head outside in the next episode and prepare the garden. So thanks for coming along on this journey.